Hello, we're here at Q Live. It is good to see you. We actually don't see you. It is good to be seen. It is Spring Q. We're kicking off. Registration is happening for us just right over there. My name is Bill Selleck, pronouns are he, him. I'm Director of Technology at Hillbrook School. I'm here with the effervescent Ed Campos Jr. Ed, who are you?
My name is Ed Campos. I'm a consultant for Kings County Office of Education. Partially, I do that for 50% of my time, and the other 50% of the time, I do some independent consulting for districts. Get to collaborate, do a lot of work with the KCI, Cross Center for Innovation in Los Altos, CSTA, Computer Science Teacher Association. I have a lot of passion, so I dabble in a lot of work. But
awesome.
It's good to be here.
So we actually had kind of a setup, ran into a few hiccups. So guess what we're doing? We're just going for it.
We adapt. That's what Q.
So we're on a laptop, and guess what we can do? We can go live to Twitter. My mom calls it the Twitters.
The Twitters. I like
the Twitters,
yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, all from a laptop.
Yep.
It's amazing. Yeah. We don't have the labs, but it's all right. It's not perfect.
I mean, if anything, we've learned in the last 2 years is to adapt when technology
Yes.
doesn't go wrong and
Yeah.
things are happening, right?
And that's an okay thing.
We've learned that skill. Yeah.
Yes. So Ed, you're doing so many things. We're also this feels like a music video where you're seeing like Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
We need to
So what you want?
What you want? So we're gonna just zoom. We're literally gonna zoom with our feet,
Yeah.
and he's gonna move forward. We're not gonna do multicam, and it'll be fine.
But it's also like Zoolander. Can we be like, what's in the computer? Like,
the files.
but yeah, they're in the
files.
computer? Like,
What is? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the computer. They're in the computer. We should not.
Yeah.
Don't smash my laptop.
Yeah.
I need it for my session.
yeah, exactly.
You're doing a Q Boom. You're doing some e-glass.
Yeah.
You're doing stories with style.
Yes.
Can we jump into stories with style?
Yeah.
Tell. This is amazing. This is gonna blow your mind. Check this out.
Yeah, most definitely. I've done a lot of really cool stuff in my life, but this by far, this project is the most meaningful project, most impactful work that I've been blessed to be a part of it. So at Kings County Office of Education, where I work, myself, along with Elizabeth Norris, who could not make it here today. She's got a lot of doctoral homework because she's rocking it and documenting and gathering data on what's happening with Stories with Style. So what Stories with Style is we're using hip hop pedagogy and the elements of hip hop to give students tools for self-expression, to tell their stories, to tell stories of and tell us their history, tell us issues that they care about, how to solve them. So there's pieces of it. This is
get in there.
This is the logo here, Stories with Style sticker. My buddy Eric Gonzalez. I brought a lot of collaborators in on this project. Friends of mine from the community that are not teachers, but that love doing this work, love helping. My friend Eric Gonzalez, who's a professional graffiti artist, and he started a nonprofit called Urbanist Collective. Amazing nonprofit that does social justice work through art, as with the hashtag like art is your weapon. They do a lot of really great murals. They do classes for students, digital graffiti, all kinds of artistic courses for kids, and in Central Valley, but also in Washington. And Eric kind of gave us the name Stories with Style, which is a really sick name. Before that, it was like some corny digital storytelling using hip hop pedagogy. And it was like it needed some work. Eric put that style in it. It came to him, and I've been able to bring in a friend of mine, real good friend of mine that I just met in the last 5 years, Josh Levine, who is JJ. Do you remember JJ that helped me out?
Yes.
So if any of y'all remember my fall Q keynote, JJ was my hype man that helped me out to give me the confidence to rap on stage. With, it was crazy. But
I want to come back to that, by the way, because that is such a great story.
But Josh, I met JJ before Josh. Josh was JJ's partner as part of a hip hop duo in Visalia. So I met JJ. Was like, hey, he was you got to meet this guy Ed. So after the fact, he introduced me to Josh, who's like a hip hop producer, videographer, and then when this project came up, my colleague Liz was like, hey, let's get some real professional tools for these kids to use. And so I said, I don't know how to do that, but I think I know the guy that does. So I brought Josh Levine, aka Optics, into the program, and he worked with our IT department to set up these really sick mobile music labs so the kids can make beats, record using Studio One, I believe that's the software, like super legit professional mics, the whole setup. And he's been teaching. He's a natural born teacher. His dad is a teacher. It's a beautiful thing to watch him in action. And the beautiful thing about this project is the impact you see it happening, but I get to go to work with my friends, you know what I mean? And Liz I can't say enough about Liz Norris, my colleague. She is like exemplifies the what it means to be like an asset-based leader. You know, not only is she a proponent of assets-based, you know, student-centered ideas, but she leads with asset-based. She finds out what you're interested in, and she just lets people do what they love. Like I get to do music, I get to teach mindfulness to the students, I get to, through hip hop, I'm doing some chalk art project like in at the end of next week or at the end of the month. Like, you know, she's really good about that. So I got to give Liz Norris a shout out.
Well, and I'm hearing two things. One, you completely glossed over the fact that you don't have to know it to teach it.
Yeah.
You have to know who to know. You have to know how to ask the right thing.
Yep.
But it's not about knowing all the things or even being able to lead all the things. You just got to know. So being that connector, like that's such a skill of yours, and you downplay that, but that's like, if you can connect the right people. The other thing that I'm hearing a bit of, and I'd love to hear more about this, is that what I hear you talk about loving Liz is that you can bring more of your whole self, which is such a critical part for our students, but also for us as educators. To show up as
that's the truth.
More
like,
of your authentic self.
I'm bringing all the things that bring me joy into the classroom, you know what I mean? And like the goal is to help make it okay for our students to bring every authentic piece of their genius into the classroom. And it's been really awesome. I mean, like I was raised on hip hop, you know, I don't know how to rap, but like leaning on Josh for that. And Liz knows the poetry aspect in it. You know, she used to integrate. It all started based on a conversation between us where we got off task in a Zoom because our brains were fried.
Yeah, of course.
And we started having these like, you know, pipe dreams, like what if we could do this? We would have, you know, these mobile sound labs that kids could do, you know, make music with, and we could loan them out to different districts from the county. And then she, you know, Liz talked about how she used Tupac lyrics and poetry to analyze in her ELA class when she was a teacher. And I talked about how, like, I used to just, in my math class, you know, when I had the 360 math, the whiteboard set up, I just had turntables, a PA speaker, like, I knew math anxiety was a real thing. And so we kind of bonded over that idea, and then it became a reality. So that session, I'll tell the story of that session and showcase a lot of the student art on Saturday morning at 9 for those that are interested. There's free curriculum that we've created, so that's available. I'll share.
Where do we go?
I'll share that. You got to go to the session. Actually, it's on the portal, CaliforniansBetterTogether.org. I believe it's a portal, California portal that's like open source lessons. So you can go there, and if you have an account, which is free, log in and see the lessons. You know. It's been pretty amazing because, you know, I have had family members that have been incarcerated. My dad was incarcerated, so to be in the setting, and it's kind of like full circle to see, to kind of come back and help. You know, I feel like I've gone back in time and like gain more empathy for a lot of people that I know that have dealt with, you know, a lot of trauma in their life. You know what I mean? And so these students, I have a blast working there. I love that it's the majority of the time that I spend as a consultant at JCM. The kids create. They're hilarious. They're unapologetically real with me, so they let us know. They let us know when the lessons are not cool. Because here's a good story. I came into it with like, we're gonna get to teach hip hop. Let me show you here. I showed them some Run DMC, some, you know, this and that, and these kids were like, man, this is some whack stuff, dude. They were like, this ain't rap, and so they were hating on it. And what I slowly realized is that, like, you really have to find out what they're into first. And so I started asking them, like, what music inspires you? Why do you like these songs? What music helps you deal with emotion? And what are these themes? So they started sharing artists with me, like Polo G, you know, J. Cole. I listen to J. Cole now too, but I've definitely given a lot more listen. And like getting that mutual understanding and that respect from what they like, and then kind of something Zaretta Hammond mentioned one time to me, that you anchor and twist. Like you anchor it in what they like, and you twist to where you're trying to take them. And so that's all we're trying to do is like anchor and twist. Find out what they know. All right, let's take you over here. You know, so come and check us out 9 a.m. Saturday morning, and then my Q Boom. Which I told, do you have to prepare something for that? Because I was told like you could just show up as like a Q&A. Is this thing on? Can I talk to Valerie?
Yes, there's quite a bit of preparation in Q Booms.
So I got to get going and go prepare my slides. Now,
Ed.
I did just finish my slides this morning. I'm not going to say whether I started them this morning, but I will say My Q boom is related to this, and in the 3-minute short story that you can tell, it's basically just going to be built around the things that these kids have taught me in the last 2 years. Like it's been, whereas school shutdowns have happened, this school has never shut down, and these kids were in this facility, not knowing that there was an insurrection happening outside, not knowing that all of the other things that were happening, not knowing about all that, but still having dealt with other traumatic experiences in their life.
Trauma. Oh my gosh.
And so, just watching them, like the way that this program and how just access to these tools and the respect, giving them respect and their genius, how their genius has been able to shine, like has taught me a whole lot about about how they heal. I've seen them start to heal with this expression, and teaching me to heal myself and to share with other people. So that's what I'm going to kind of talk about. It's because we all need to heal right now. We've been through a lot, you know what I mean? But yeah, come check it out. I think I should have my slides ready by Friday.
Yeah. So you got to go, Ed. Where are you headed right this second?
So I'm gonna head. I'm gonna head to the exhibit hall. Is that what we still call it? Still, the exhibit hall floor. And I'm gonna hang out with the e-glass people. I don't know if you all have seen the e-glass camera. It's from the HoverCam folks, the folks that make the dot cams, hover cams. It's this really amazing glass camera. And kind of, if you've seen Good Will Hunting, where he's writing on the glass, and there's a lot of people that do YouTube content creators that write on the glass, and the camera flips like you writing on the glass with a neon dry erase marker, and it lets you import like images and PowerPoints and stuff like that. It's really cool. It lets you record videos and make GIFs. So I'm going to be helping out with the e-glass folks, doing some demo work with that. If you want to come by, take a look at it, and then play around with the e-glass, kind of fun. And then we got some wellness walks. We got some hikes tomorrow morning with Hans Toolman.
What time?
6 a.m.
Ooh.
That's a
Daylight saving week.
That's a no bueno. No. Yeah. 6 a.m.
I mean, that sounds amazing. I will be there.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah. And then we got a wellness walk that Orange County Q is sponsoring Saturday morning. Nice. I think that's at 6:30, and they got some like fresh got Nearpod and HoverCam to donate some healthy food to get you going, to walk and reflect with your peeps. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Ed, we got a shout. Angela
Shamelbride, the Shamelbride, my friend. Good luck on my Q venture. Thank you, my sister.
Yes. Awesome. Thanks for the mention there. All right, Ed, thank you for joining us for Q Live. Thanks for pivoting to being out here.
Thank you very much, my friend.
That's what we do these days.
We got to get the band back together. We're going to get Emily on this too. And,
make some music.
Right? Yeah. All right, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us.
Have a good conference.